Donald Trump continues to be in a total panic. At midnight last night, he continued to post. I mean, just thinking about him seething there on his bed with his phone, posting about Vice President Kamala Harris becoming the presumptive Democratic nominee and him attacking ABC News and calling George Snopolopoulos or something. This is as unhinged and deranged as it gets. But look, I'm here to watch Trump panic. Here's what he wrote. Let me just show you. Again, it was post. This is what he wrote. ABC fake news is such a joke among the absolute worst in the business. They try to make Crooked Joe into a brave warrior because he didn't have the guts to fight it out. He quit. They then tried to make Sleepy look like a great president. He was the worst. And lie-in Kamala into a competent person, which she is not. ABC, the home of George Slopadopoulos, is not worthy of holding a debate, of which I hope there will be many. MAGA 2024. So is he trying to back out of the next debate in September? He certainly seems terrified of debating Kamala Harris. He then writes, the Democrats lied and misled the public about Crooked Joe Biden, and now we find he's a complete and total cognitive and physical mess. They also mislead the Republican Party, causing it to waste a great deal of time and money. To be resumed! Exclamation point. I'm sure you're gonna. What are you gonna do? You're gonna threaten a civil war like your speaker who spoke at your last campaign event. You're gonna file more frivolous lawsuits. To be resumed. He then posts the following: Lion Kamala Harris, the Biden-appointed border czar who never visited the border and whose incompetence gave us the worst and most dangerous border anywhere. It's like randomly capitalizes words. Has absolutely terrible poll numbers, and he spells poll, P-O-L-E, against a fine and brilliant young man named Donald J. Trump. Be careful what you wish for, Democrats. MAGA 2024. I mean, this truly is WWE cosplay, cartoonish villain behavior. Like, what in the world is this? Who behaves this? You made a terrible mistake here against a brilliant young man. His name is Donald J. Trump. Be careful what you wish for, Democrats. I'm going to spell poll, P-O-L-E. It's ridiculous. And the contrast right now with Vice President Kamala Harris being the presumptive Democratic nominee is even so much more stark, with her as the prosecutor, her giving these like normal speeches, her giving a plan for the future, and Donald Trump says, I'm going to get you, Democrats. It's ridiculous. And then he starts reposting these like random extreme right accounts with these like weird memes of himself. Hated by the deep state, hated by Washington, hated by the media, loved by the American people, actually detested by the American people, found liable for sexual assault, convicted on 34 separate felony counts. That is your legacy. That is who you are, an insurrectionist, someone who hates our Constitution. He then posts this from an account, Patriot for Life. So he's reposting this stuff throughout the evening and into the early morning hours. This is now America. You're either one or the other. There is no in between. Truth. There are two parties now, traitors and patriots, is what they say. This messaging is absolutely dangerous. It's weird. It is insanity to look at some of this stuff. And then he reposts this guy who, in all caps, says the following. And by the way, you know, this is like 5150 stuff. Like, you ever get an email where someone just sends you something like in all caps like this, and you're like, are you okay? Just want to check, are you okay? Trump is reposting this. We are witnessing one of the greatest chapters in our lifetime. This is a war of good versus evil, and we were all part of these historic events. Embrace this moment. We are witnessing the power of God like we have never seen before. God chose Donald J. Trump for this task. This goes without question. No other person would be able to withstand what this man has gone through. Trump is reposting something that says God chose him. I mean, again, can we reflect how dangerous and how freaking just weird and crazy that is? And then to make the point again, he's doing this all night. Post. Then he posts this. We are witness, Trump's reposting this. God had the final say. With the meme of Donald Trump, we are witnessing one of the greatest chapters in our lifetime. And it says then God had the final say. Well, I think there's a reason why register to vote is like one of the top Google trends right now, and it has been surging since Vice President Kamala Harris was announced as the presumptive Democratic nominee, and as people are now able to pay attention to Donald Trump's behavior. Could we please focus on saving our democracy from this weirdo, deranged, unhinged WWA cosplay fascist? He's like, it's like a step below even the fascist, right? Because he looks up to the fascist. He's the wannabe fascist. He's the fascist fanboy. That's who Donald Trump is. You know, when like he brings Hulk Hogan on stage. Oh yeah. And Hulk Hogan rips his shirt during the Republican National Convention. Look, people's rights and freedoms are on the line. Women's reproductive rights were taken away when Donald Trump's Supreme Court appointees overturned Roe v. Wade. They're coming for LGBTQ plus rights next. They're coming to undo all of the work that President Biden's been doing to protect our climate. Donald Trump says he doesn't even believe in climate change. He says that if anything, if the climate gets a little bit warmer, it will just be beneficial for his own beachfront properties. That's what Donald Trump's been saying about the climate. And he just goes these weird things where he talks about how he'd rather be electrocuted than eaten by sharks. It's some strange stuff. Oh, by the way, one more post in the early hours. He then goes, the Biden-Harris administration did not properly protect me, and I was forced to take a bullet for democracy. It was my great honor to do so. Where's your medical report? And not the one from the candy man, Ronnie Jackson. Where is your medical records and medical report for what happened? Because the people around you, they were injured by metal and glass fragments. So where's your report? And by the way, you want people to have sympathy for you, but you're out there selling $299. You want to play the victim, but you're selling $299 limited edition, assassination edition high top sneakers. You're selling assassination edition sneakers for $300, $299, where you're going to autograph 10. What, you're trying to make $1.5 million by selling 5,000 of them? I mean, how atrocious of conduct is that? And then Donald Trump goes the following. He goes, this was an email. This is the emails that you get if you're on Trump's email listserv. I am Donald J. Trump. I love Elon Musk. He just endorsed me. Okay, that's the sender is called I am Donald J. Trump. The subject is I love Elon Musk. So you open it up and it goes, I love Elon Musk. He endorsed me. He's great. But can I be honest? I love Ben even more. Your full-throated endorsement now that crooked Joe Biden has dropped out would truly put me over the top. I mean, this is some unhinged, really strange and really bizarre behavior. Then, of course, he's got like his MAGA influencers like Joey Manorino, who are posting on the wrong accounts, apparently, instead of their burner. And then they go, I am a true Black American woman, and I have been Black all my life. I was born Black, and I will die Black. My mommy Black, my daddy Black. I will never cast a ballot for Kamala Harris, woman, as long as I live. Trump all the way, all day, every day. Joey Manorino saying, I was born Black, I will die Black, my mommy Black, my daddy Black, because he thought he was posting on another account right there. What in the world is going on? And by the way, have you seen this meme here going around of Kamala Harris on the shark chasing Donald Trump? Take a look at that. That's the immature side of me finds it to be very funny. But here's what Donald Trump's having the pathetic House Republicans do. The House Rules Committee, the Committee on Rules. This is what the MAGA Republicans in the House are doing. They are filing a resolution to now condemn the Biden administration and its border czar, Kamala Harris, for their failure to secure the United States border. So they do that. What they do is, Trump tells the House Republicans to do that. They do whatever he wants right now. They're so pathetic. Then Fox and New York Post write about it, and then they push it out. It's a pathetic kind of cycle here over and over and over again. So that's what we have going. And by the way, Donald Trump killed the border bill. It was Trump who killed the border. It was a bipartisan border deal. The lead negotiator was James Lankford, a Republican from Oklahoma who has devoted his entire life to putting forward, policies on immigration. Conservative, Republican, Oklahoma. President Biden said, James Lankford, you can lead the negotiation. James Lankford said that he got everything he wanted in a bipartisan border deal. Democrats agreed to the bill. It should have been passed. But what happened? Donald Trump said, I want to run my campaign on saying that the border is a problem. So he ordered his MAGA Republicans to kill the bill, a bipartisan border deal, to hurt the American people. The same way Donald Trump right now is threatening the Federal Reserve Chairman, Chairman Powell, from lowering interest rates because Donald Trump thinks that it would be helpful to Vice President Kamala Harris, now the presumptive Democratic nominee. So Trump wants to cause harm to us so he can run on harm to us. That's his plan. And that's what he did with the bipartisan border deal. So President Biden had to issue an executive order, and it's led to lower border crossings as a result. But he tried to do it through legislation in a bipartisan way, but the Republicans block it. So we have to also have an understanding of the civics here and what's actually happening and the moves that are being made. And that's why I hope you're sharing the MeidasTouch network with friends, family, coworkers, and colleagues and people so they just get that understanding, because knowledge is power. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.